Dude, there's been burglaries in here, and you're making people paranoid. Get the out of here.
Wow.
Okay?
That's nice to know,
Get
man.
the out.
Wow. This man trying to say I caused burglaries. Wow.
Where's your partners? Where's your partners?
So what?
Don't come close to me. Where's your partners?
Are you trying to hit me?
Mother.
You trying to assault me, sir? Oh, he finna run me over. That boy not playing though. Chill, bro. I'm trying to leave. Could I go, bro? You gonna run me over, gang? He trying to run me over, folks. Let me get up out of here, man. Don't run me over, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I just picked another guy from to cover me off the property. Leave the property.
Bro. This is comedy to me, folks. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to get up out of here, folks. They got 2 trucks following me. They ready.
Get out. Call your partners and get out of here.
Okay, so white folks, I need y'all to come directly front and center because I'm just trying to make this make sense, right? On one end, y'all say statistically, black people are criminal minded, the stats don't lie, we don't want to work, we're lazy, all of this stuff, right? But we can clearly see this black man walking through the neighborhood with his company branding, right? Whatever company he works for is branded directly on his vest, his coat, whatever it is that he's working. It was also stated that he has a partner, right? So it's 2 of them going through the neighborhood, probably door to door, maybe, putting signs up or whatever it is. So obviously they're working, right? Taxpayers, they pay their taxes. They're not out there casing the joint, casing your houses in your neighborhoods, trying to lift and steal your cars and all of these things that stereotypically you tend to believe, right? Because you would rather believe the negative versus seeing the positive in reality, which is 2 black men working. So what you proceed to do is, because you feel that you own the world and every single piece of land, you see a black man there and it's like, well, this doesn't seem right. We don't have them in our neighborhood. I know everybody that's here. Why are you here? Matter of fact, let me just get in my car and start following you. Let me start making this very difficult for you. Let me decide to interrogate you. Now, I want to note to a lot of folks, if this was realistically a problem, both of these white men could have called the police. But they opted not to do that because they wanted to take the law directly into their own hands, the same exact way that their ancestors, or better yet, their grandparents, who more than likely are still alive at this moment in time, and their mother and fathers decided to do back in the good old days, in the 1900s, the 10s, the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, even still today, where they proceed to follow black people. And if they feel that they don't belong there, if they feel that those people are not listening, then they're going to make them listen one way or another. And this is why we see tons of news articles directly up there that showcase or state that a black man, or how they like to put it, a man was found such and such and such and such and such and such area. You got to fill in a blank because YouTube is quite sensitive when it deals with these topics. So again, we're talking about historically, and this is what still happens to this day. And that's why I made the reference. I think I might have put Rosewood, Greenwood, 1945, something or rather, when at the last part of the video, he said what it was that he felt that they were trying to do because of how it is that they were following him. And then you'll have these same people who more than likely are conservative, are Republican, voted for Trump. These will be the same people who turn around and tell black people, oh, I don't see color. I got mixed grandchildren, mixed grandbabies. I got, one drop of black directly in me. And, I voted for Obama. And, my best friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend is black. My dog is black. My car is black. When I close my eyes, I see black. When I go outside at 12 a.m., it's black. So how could I be racist? Right. These are the same people that like to say that online. But this is how they act when they're amongst their own, when they're in their own communities. And like I said, it wasn't just one, it was two of them. Two of them. One was following, taking pictures, and driving at the same time. Now, I could swear that there's actual laws against that, where you're not supposed to be on your cell phone and driving at the same time. But like I said, they make the laws. So it's laws for thee and, you know, rules for me, right? So however it is that it works for them, they can just go above and beyond the law because I am the law, right? Judge Dredd. But then you had the other guy coming along and deciding, yo, you better get up out of here. All this other type of stuff and rah, rah, rah. And you heard them, where's your boyfriend? And like all of this stuff to try to get a reaction. And this is what I showcase here a lot of the times, where they want to provoke a reaction so that they are justified in their reaction to said action. But when they can't get that specific thing, they want to try to turn it up a notch. They want to start following. They want to get close behind. They want to start provoking. They want to get within distance. They want to get within footage. They want to get within breathing room. They want to start to get physical. They want to start to chase you down with cars. Like I said, this is clear-cut racism. They don't specifically have to say anything racist. It's the actions that tell you who it is specifically that they are. But again, you're going to have some naysayers out here. You're going to have people like, oh, well, how do we know that, you know, they were actually on the job? People, buy clothes and stuff all the time off of Amazon and online. And, I know a neighbor who was robbed because she supposedly thought it was some electricians coming to her house, but really they just came in and robbed her. You're going to have naysayers that are going to decide to put these random things directly out there in order to justify the actions of these two racists, because that's clear cut what they are. And again, they don't have to say anything racist in order to be deemed racist. It's being shown. Because let this have been two white men directly in this neighborhood, they wouldn't have followed them. They wouldn't have proceeded to pull out their cell phones and start filming. They wouldn't proceed to provoke the two gentlemen. They wouldn't decide to tell them that, you don't belong in this neighborhood. You need to leave now and you better hurry up and get out of it. They wouldn't have done any of that. Matter of fact, they probably would have gave them a lift around the neighborhood. They would have been very handy, very helpful. They might have even loaned them some tools or helped them pass out some signs or notes, to all of the doors, all of the neighbors. They would have showed them around. But when you're different, when you have melanin, when you are quote unquote in America, as we like to call Black American, and especially a Black American man, this is what they tend to do. This is the type of respect. This is the type of value that you get directly from these people. Again, you're dealing with liars. You're dealing with fabricators. You're dealing with those that want to specifically make their own reality. And then they want to fit certain things within that reality. And when those things can't fit within that reality, or AKA the stereotype, this is what they like to do. They start to get angry. Because again, going back to what they always like to say, Black men, they're lazy. They don't want to sit up there and work. They always want to be on government assistance. They're draining the economy and they're causing the debt in the United States. So if that is the case, why would you then want to make it difficult on Black men that want to go out here and work? They want to have a job. They want to be a part of society. They want to pay their taxes. They want to be a positive part in a positive contributor to the United States, to our society. Why would you then want to make that difficult? Like I said, nothing. Silence. Because like I said, people would rather believe in these fairy tales. People would rather believe in these lies versus the actual reality of which that they can see. And this further proves that a lot of these racists can't actually live in reality. This is why they have to make up their own. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.